Hello physios, get back to my channel Sneha Physio Notes SPN. We will continue to the biomechanics on thoracic vertebra, which we will learn only the bullet points to be covered in exam point of view. Here the vertebral column composed of 33 vertebra and 23 intervertebral discs, as you can see the picture. If we talk about the structure of thoracic vertebra, there are 12 thoracic vertebra. First and 12 thoracic vertebra are same or transitional vertebra, because the first vertebra possesses the characteristics of some of the features of cervical vertebra, and 12 it is corresponding some features on lumbar vertebra. If we talk about the inferior articular facets of 12th thoracic vertebra and articulates with the superior facets of the first lumbar vertebra, it has 1, 12 and 11 thoracic vertebra costal facets are present. And if you talk about typical thoracic vertebra, you can see the parts here. You can see the body, it is in wedge shape. You can see a pedicels, lamina, superior and inferior articular facets, and also deals with costotuberculous facets, spinous process, transverse process. Your vertebral foramen is small and circular. Enough. These parts are enough to deter in exam point of view. Why? Because if we keep remembering all, we can't be recognized in the exam hall. So these points are enough to be written in exam paper. And if we talk about the intervertebral disc, has thoracic intervertebral disc are thinner than the cervical and lumbar regions, and it has some articulations between the interbody, it means your disc, and it has some zygophyseal joints, it means it has connections to the synovial joints, your plane joints, and it articulates the process of the two adjacent vertebrae. If we talk about the ligaments, there are 6 ligaments: anterior longitudinal ligament, posterior longitudinal ligament, ligamentum flavum, interspinal ligament, supraspinous ligament, and it has intertransverse ligament. Here, ligamentum flavum and ALL are thicker than in cervical region. This is a point to be remembered. And if we talk about the functions of thoracic region has less mobility, but it has more stability. It is quite opposite to the biomechanics of the cervical vertebra because of some limitations as it possessed by the rib cage, your spinous process, and zygophyseal joint capsule. And the motions occur of flexion, extension, lateral flexion, and rotations. If it deals with kinematics, it means only the motions. Like in flexion, there will be an anterior tilting and gliding of your superior vertebra, and there will be compression of the intervertebral disc in anteriorly. As there is compression on anteriorly, so inside there is a material called nucleus pulposus which moves posteriorly. So the motion, it is created by the force of your PLL ligament and your zygophyseal joints. It means your intervertebral joints adjacent to the plane synovial joints, it moves away. In extension, remember it is the opposite of your flexion. Like in your posterior tilting and gliding of your superior vertebra, has this compression of your intervertebral disc posteriorly, so the material of nucleus pulposus, it moves anteriorly. Has this motion occurred by your force of your ALL ligament, and zygophyseal joints comes closure, and the lateral flexion and rotations are coupled, but they are not pure rotations as they doesn't occur. Has the thoracic region has only for your stability than mobility. Motion, it is limited by your zygophyseal facets and rib cage. We talk about the kinetics, where it deals with the force and motion. The thoracic region, it is divided into the 3 regions as it was very important. In upper thoracic region, we divide into 1 to 6 vertebra. where flexion and extension are limited by your ribcage and the facets of your zygophyseal, which has some maintenance of your orientation. And in middle thoracic region 7-8 vertebra and lower thoracic region 9 to 12, where flexion and extension it is more because of your zygophyseal joints or the facets are closer. In this region, it also some compression forces increase in cervical region because of it has greater amount of your body weight. This is a point to be remembered in kinetics. It has some more amount of weight. Where the muscles, it means your dynamic stability. Dynamic stability, it moves the motion of your muscles. Like what are they? They are your flexors intercostal muscles, internal and external intercostal muscles, your extensors, your eta spinae, semispinalis, and deep spinal muscles. These are the muscles to be done enough for your examination point of view. And your lateral flexus muscles and your oblique muscles too, where it has some rotations of your thoracic and combination of all the muscles. And the special feature, it articulates with a set of paired ribs by two joints, as it is bicostovertebral and costotransverse. In this video, the question might be asked as biomechanics of thoracic region, detail on your kinematics and kinetics with some anatomy. So, write the kinetics with some muscles and diagrammatic, and mention the vertebra with body parts. These are the body of the thoracic region. In exam point of view, write little. We can't be, it is the biomechanics also very much important, as we can't remember all the things assessing in the exam point of view. So these are the bullet points to be remembered in exam point of view. Thanks for watching Sneha Physio Notes SPN.